Bro, that's Drunky on Dog's #1 mission, to buy Ubisoft.
Buy Ubisoft.
We're gonna buy Ubisoft. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna make it great again.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
So, inside Ubisoft, low morale to internal tensions over at Ubisoft. Moz, Ubisoft, the 6th largest video game company by employees, I thought they were down a little bit more, is at a crossroads. Internally, morale is at an all-time low. I wonder why. And employees fear that publishers could be seeing the next major restructuring, inevitably resulting in a high number of people losing their jobs. While I do believe there is a lot of fat to trim, most of the fat is damn near at the top of higher levels, and they need to be the one that goes, man.
I was gonna say, the Ubisoft CEO himself is a fuckhead. And I reckon a lot of the bad problems come from him.
So since the start of 2023, over 15,000 game industry workers have lost their jobs, with over 5,600 being lost in January of 2024 alone. That's fucking nuts, man. So Ubisoft hasn't escaped unscathed, as 124 layoffs hit the company of November of 2023, but sources who spoke with Insider Gaming under the condition of anonymity believe that the writing is on the wall and that the number is likely to grow. Now let's just keep in mind as well that they recently, well, somewhat recently, had their own little drama with groping people that they work with and shit like that, man. Always the ones who preach the loudest. Why exactly are internal tensions at a boiling point? Over the past several months, we've been speaking with a number of employees at the company who understand why. In recent years, Ubisoft's strategy has moved away from innovation and creativity, I think we can all agree with that, and led to the company on a wild goose chase to produce what was popular at the time, basically chasing trends. Now, the problem with chasing trends is trends are trends, they go away. You know, you can sit down and make something timeless like the old school Splinter Cells, or you can just say, let's do a Far Cry Extraction. You see which one stands the test of time. So from trying to produce the next colossal free-to-play battle royale to its desire for NFTs, the never-ending pursuit has left countless projects being canned, talent wasted, and massive amount of money being flushed down the toilet. That's the problem with that, man. They're spending so much money to chase these trends, only for the trend to do as all trends do and move aside and pass along. And then they're just sitting there being all like, what do we do with this now? We've spent millions of dollars on this and now no one wants it. At one point in late 2021 to early 2022, the company had around a dozen Battle Royale games in development. Bruh. If you want to have like your Battle Royale, your Warzone, your Apex, your Fortnite, whatever, man, that's what you should focus on. One, not have a dozen of them. Just focus on one and be like, this is the one we're working on.
Not every company needs a Battle Royale, right? Stick to what you know. Assassin's Creed. Make it. How about before you try and do all these fucking things that other companies are making, how about you make your Assassin's Creed good again? How about you make a good Far Cry again? Work on what you have, because you're fucking up the shit you have. Like, all that only works if all this crap is good, you know?
And if you were to have a dozen Battle Royale games, you're competing with yourself.
Yep.
That's so stupid. So stupid, man. Instead of having like, this is our one Battle Royale where we're putting all our Battle Royale efforts into, you got 12 that are all competing with each other and they're all just going to fizzle out. It's so stupid. So one such game was Ghost Recon Frontline, which met fan pushback on its announcement due to the game not aligning with player interest. Ghost Recon, in my experience, going back to like PlayStation 2, the original Ghost Recon, I fucking love that. Ghost Recon 2, where you played as Scott Mitchell, was incredible. I still remember the ending when you have to capture the guy and make him defuse the bomb, and he arms the bomb, then shoots himself. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's pretty fucking cool. And then going on to the Xbox 360 with, I believe it was called Advanced Warfighter or something like that. Once again, playing as Scott Mitchell. That shit was fucking tight. This newer Ghost Recon stuff, you go, it's in name only. I know that saying gets thrown around a lot, but just because it is in name only, man. Fucking hell, man. So one of the top comments on the official reveal trailer reads, "The community, we want to return to roots. Hardcore tactical stealthy shooter. Ubisoft, we hear you. Here's a battle royale." Next thing you know, they'll be adding a zombie mode. It was a sentiment not just reflected by YouTube comments either, as after 4 years of development, the game was cancelled in the summer of 2022 for an undisclosed reason. See, that's what we're talking about right there, boys and girls. That's what we're talking about. They spent 4 years working on a game, chasing a trend that no one wants. And then they have to cancel it. It's a waste of money, it's a waste of resources, and dare I say, a waste of talent. Believe it or not, even at Ubisoft, on the ground level, there still is some good developers. A lot of these shitty companies do have some good developers, but they're just being forced to work on shit that no one wants.
Yeah,
okay?
Dude, exactly. And it's so fucking annoying. Why do they keep making dog shit stuff, man? It's like, remember how they're working on like I think it was 11 announced Assassin's Creed games? Focus on one and make that fucking brilliant.
So Battle Royale games weren't the only trend that Ubisoft was chasing. In late 2021, it announced Ubisoft Cortez, its attempt to take advantage of the NFT boom. Everyone and their fucking dog was trying to get on this NFT shit, and everyone else just sat back and fucking laughed at him and watched the whole thing collapse. It was brilliant, man. So the announcement was publicly slammed. Good. Every studio, or sorry, every publisher that came out and said that they wanted to do some NFT type of game, they all got fucking laughed at, man. Even Dr. Disrespect. So, and internally, employees felt embarrassed to even be associated with a company that made such a prolific out-of-touch announcement. I would be embarrassed too.
Yeah.
So then 2 years on, it seems like Ubisoft has realized that NFTs are not the money-making technology they thought it was. Well, once again, a lot of people have realized that the hard way, and I can only laugh at people that thought NFTs were going to be a stable long-term thing. I am no financial advisor. I'm not an accountant. I don't know how to get rich quick, but I can tell you NFTs are a very good way to go broke quick.
Oh, dude, everyone's using it for scams.
Yeah.
Like, that's how people were making money off NFTs. They were just scamming people. Logan Paul. You know, that's, yeah. Of course it was never going to work.
Still, the company continues to quietly work on the NFT projects like Champions Tactics. Yes, that's going to fail miserably. All right, anyway, looking ahead, the publisher's desires currently lie with the live service extraction-based shooters. So Insider Gaming understands that there are 3 major extraction-based shooters in development at the publisher. Division Heartland, the Far Cry one, and one set in World War II. Of these 3 right here, I think you should only be focusing on one. And of these 3, I would say it would be the Division one. Turn Division into a big IP. But no, you got to have 3 all competing with each other.
The Division kind of makes more sense to make a extraction anyway, how that game works, right? That could be a big mode in that game itself. Yeah, I don't know why Far Cry, it has potential because of the crafting and all that, but realistically, it's meant to be you versus the villain, right? The whole point of Far Cry is that you're the little guy and then you build your way up to being a fucking god almost, taking out armies, right? Like an army of pirates, whatever. Where, yeah, I just don't see it working for Far Cry or a World War II setting. That could be interesting, but I don't know. I'd be all money on and making.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like Division has see in the chat talking about now the Dark Zone. There you go.
Yeah,
you got it right there.
And in that spot, fucking like you can have the normal mode, right? Say half the map is normal, like just normal area. Then the Dark Zone, you can also have extra good loot in that, but it's harder. Again,
Right,
like just like the game.
Delays and management. Now they go on to talk about Mozza's favorite upcoming game, Skull and Bones. The decade-long development pirate game that had seen six public delays and was originally supposed to be a DLC for an Assassin's Creed game. Now, this is the good part, Mozza.
I hope everyone gets fired is working on that game.
The game is estimated to have cost in the region of $200 million to produce.
Can I just have the $200
million to make Skull and Bones?
That's because of all the cut content. Because remember, so from you imagine all the money, right, that went from it being a DLC to a full game, and all the stuff that they cut, all the stuff that they added, because there was so much shit that got cut, and all that. Oh my god, what a fucking... And they would have had to do so many like engine upgrades because it was meant to be the first time it was a the engine was in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, right? And then it just keeps going on and on and on.
For the most part, the delays stemmed from a plague of power-hungry managers trying to elevate their careers. We've seen a few examples of that. The constant changes in vision created a rotten atmosphere. Too many cooks in the kitchen, with some developers confused as to what they were meant to be doing on a day-to-day basis.
See, this is why we say, like me and Lethal say, we feel bad for when it's the actual developer who gets fired, because realistically, it's those shitty managers who are fucking it up for them. It's like the developer can only do what they're told to do, at the end of the day, and he can go tell the manager, oh, this would be a better idea. But realistically, he'll most likely, especially when the ego's this big, like at Ubisoft, they'll probably just get cut down and told to fuck off, go back to work. And then it's a shit idea, and then it fucking fails again.
So that's what's going on at Ubisoft.